The Isla Paradiso Bunch, episode 70. Carrot's here. Welcome. In this episode, we will be beginning in France. We'll have to wait here until Craig works on his martial arts skill in preparation for returning to China, where he will want access to the Dragon Cave, and he can't get that until his martial arts is level 10 and he's broken a space rock. Oh, and Sam produces a huge surprise. And then we will go back to Isla Paradiso, where we will see Diana putting on a show at the Carnival on the Water. That was happening when we arrived in Isla Paradiso. It was quite an impressive show. And then after they spent the required amount of time in Isla Paradiso, 8 of them head for China, including the 2 little girls. So enjoy the video. Here we are. We've got Meryl in the cafe. She had something to deliver to the food merchant, and then she's decided to make a nuisance of herself after that. She likes making drinks, doesn't she? Off she goes. Just left all those coffees there waiting. Meryl did that autonomously. I thought she was going to have a cup of coffee, but she just made it and ran out. Judy had to deliver something to Jolene Montague. And Craig's just relaxing after his completion of the land grab sellers adventure. Meryl's set off somewhere. There can only be trouble coming from this one. Oh, that's right. She has to deliver some nectar to Laurent Durand. And when she delivers it, that's when the fun begins. She had to report in. And there he is, waiting outside his house, as he should be, for her to make her delivery and report in. And she gets her visa stamped, which is what she really needed. She'd also like a wealthy spouse. I suppose she's considering him. She considers everybody she comes across. Depends how much money he's got, of course. Uh-oh, somebody else is throwing a water balloon in her face. Will they have their water balloon fight this time? When she had this happen at the Lambert's place, she never got into the fight. It looks like he's going to follow through. Let's watch this for a tick. The funny thing is, of course, that I completely forgot about this. I went off somewhere else and played the game until it was about midnight in the game, and I came back here and they were still throwing water balloons at each other. I was really quite surprised because this was quite early in the day. It looks like they've both got some interesting moves. It sounds like he's calling out, "Play ball!" Caught Francois Lambert sneaking himself a drink at the Nectary. Think Jeannie had dropped something off there. And now here's Hayley. She's reporting in to Leah Dutil. We have a little clone of Leah back at home in Isla Paradiso. All of these Sims are gaining visa points. That's what they're after. They're just doing silly little adventures that I'm not going to worry about following through with in detail, like jogging through town or catching a beetle or a few frogs or something like that. Night time, Hayley went out. Whenever possible, I will get them to catch some fireflies. Now Craig is practicing. He not only does he need to get his martial arts skill up to level 10, but he also needs to be able to break a space rock. So I got him working on his martial arts, and when he got to be about level 9-ish, I got him to start working on breaking boards. Starting off with the foam board and working up to space rock. Unfortunately, I managed to get him up to level 10 of martial arts while still in France, which of course meant that he couldn't complete his adventure with the Dragon Cave key, because to progress with that adventure, he needed to get to level 10, and he couldn't get to level 10 if he was already at level 10. So I intervened with an NRAS assist with Master Controller, and I reduced his martial arts skills slightly, and that allowed him to continue with his adventure. Otherwise that would have been an adventure that was not able to be completed, and we can't have that happen. I just thought I'd let you know that in case you are doing this, that you should know don't let them get up to level 10 before they hand in their key to the Dragon Cave, or you won't be able to complete it unless you've got Master Controller. But I felt happy doing it because, well, he'd already got to level 10 and I just reduced his level by a little. I actually typed in 9.8 and it accepted that, even though it's whole numbers only. So he didn't have long to go to get back up to level 10, but it was just enough to let him get up to level 10. Now he's progressed to another block. Craig's been practicing his martial arts, and now he's got up to wanting to break a space rock. He's going to have to break one of these when he gets back to China. So long as he's able to do it here, I know he'll be able to do it when he gets to China without me having to keep him practicing for a really long time. But I think he's tired now. He's been at it for quite a while. Yeah, there it is. He's tired. Now here comes the aliens. This is where the real trouble begins, Because somebody's getting abducted. Yes, there it is. That's Sam. Up until this point, everything was going along nicely. But then Sam had to go and get abducted. This has happened because we spent too much time in France. In my original game, this abduction happened in China. But here it is, it's happening in France. It still happened. Still had the same results. It didn't make any difference. Other than we've now got to stay in France for a few days. But they are in France for 21 days and they've only got halfway through their 21 days at this point, so that's okay. Hankering for old nectar for Hayley. I haven't tasted well-aged nectar in too many years. I'm willing to part with some ancient coins in exchange for a bottle of great quality nectar. If one is found, please deliver the bottle to a thirsty Maron Goddard as soon as possible. I recommend searching the tunnels under the nectary. Don't think she even needs to do that. I think they've probably got lots of nectar already that she can just deliver. More visa points coming up for Hayley. Here comes Sam. They're bringing him back. Wonder who that alien is. Leaving on a motorbike. Should have gone after her to find out what her name was. We'll find out. Poor Sam. Instead of going to the nectary to find nectar, Hayley's gone out searching for fireflies, which I think is a much more productive activity for her right now. I do like them to have quite a collection of fireflies, the more the merrier, because some of the elixirs require specific fireflies. And if they don't have that firefly, they can't make the elixir when they need it. All of this crew should be able to get to level 10. I think they're already at level 10 because before I started making these videos with them, all they did was make elixirs. Between them they made well over 300. So they should be able to make any elixir they choose to make. And there's plenty of fireflies around their little fishing hole at night. Sometimes they don't arrive till midnight. It just means that you've only got a few hours to get them because by 6 a.m. they all just vanish. Even if their sim is in the middle of capturing one. As soon as the time clicks over to 6, they just stop. They're gone. Because Hayley's a genie, so she floats around in a little ball of light. And both of her little girls are genies as well. So in future episodes, when we've got the little girls in the game and we're playing with them, you'll see them. It's really cute seeing tiny little genies doing that, just floating in their bubble of light. And she needs to get all the different coloured fireflies. The ones that I find the hardest to find are the cerulean ones. They're a light blue colour. There's the train. Seem to be seeing a bit of the train in this game. Here we go. Craig's now busting his space rock. He's going to have to get good at these space rocks. It's a lot of performance just to get one space rock broken. He goes on and on and on, trying, just jumping around. Just hit it, Craig. Break it. Don't break your hand, though. That'll take you out of the game for a little while. They stay in the game, but they've got a sore hand. If they hurt their hand, they can't do anything with it for a while. So although I do want him to break the space rock, I don't want him to hurt his hand. When he's broken enough space rocks, which isn't very many to be enough, he will be able to produce a very valuable gemstone each time he breaks a space rock, or most of the times when he breaks a space rock he'll get a precious gem. I think he's got to break about 25 space rocks before that happens. Oh, he's got all smelly now, so he's too tired and he's given up for the day. He'll go and have a shower and go and do something else now. Now, see the glowy butterflies? Hayley had a most wonderful day chasing butterflies, and I didn't get video of them all, but she caught butterflies that I haven't seen for years. She got a rainbow butterfly and a zebra butterfly, and she just got about every sort of butterfly in the game. And I'd been thinking for a couple of days, I used to always get those glowy butterflies in Tuatha's Toon, the one that's down the steps at the little fishing hole, but they're not there anymore. I don't know why, they just suddenly stopped appearing there. But, so I was thinking, I wish you could get a glowy butterfly, and there they were. I was so happy. She caught it too. Then it got too dark for the butterflies, and I sent her home. She didn't need to catch any more fireflies. She got a lot of them the other night. Luckily they have this wonderful scene from home. They get a beautiful vista moodlet at this place, which is really nice. Gives them a plus 30, I think it is, the whole time they're in the house. There's Sam starting to get fatter now. He's got himself that mysterious weight gain moodlet. It was from that last alien abduction. So now we've just got to hang around here in France until he has the baby. He's got quite a way to go, about 2 days I think. But we'll skip most of that 2 days because we've got more to do than watch Sam get fat. While we were waiting for Sam's pregnancy to progress, several of them were out collecting things, and there was a snake right near their house. This was fun. Sam's mopping up. Sim logic. Here's Sam mopping up from the sprinklers, and he mops and he mops, and he just keeps mopping until all the water's gone and it's nice and dry. And then what does he do? He runs in and gets under the sprinklers and makes it all wet again. Such a smart move to make there, Sam. He does like the sprinklers. But he's not like Ella. Ella always giggles and he's like she's saying it tickles. I haven't heard that coming from any of this crowd. But Sam, I've got a video in my channel named Ella. Very, very short. It's just little Ella playing in the sprinkler and she's giggling and saying it tickles. So Sam's hungry. He's going to microwave himself some Lynx. There wasn't any microwave in this house, but there was plenty of room for one on the other side of the room. There's a couple of cabinets there that had nothing on them, so I gave them a microwave. Sam is getting chubby. That's his pregnancy progressing. It's amazing how skinny they get and how fast it happens once they give birth. It's like they're made of complete elastic. You'll see it when it happens to him. Craig had a wish to get to level 10 in inventing, and it's worth quite a few thousand lifetime happiness points because he needs to get to level 10 in inventing as part of his lifetime wish. I think there's 3 things he had to get to level 10 in, and inventing is the last one he's got to do. The other 2 are painting and sculpting. He's done them, now he just needs to finish the inventing skill. He's very close to it by the look of it, so we'll just leave him to it for now. I think he just maximised his inventing and he's got himself his lifetime wish plus his lifetime happiness points for getting to level 10 in inventing. Congratulations and well done, Craig. There's a couple of empty cots there, so Sam's already set up for when his baby is born. The others, who were born in the previous episode, have been taken back to Isla Paradiso and they're just waiting there for the Sims to return home. Looks like it's next morning and the moon is going down and the sun's coming up. This is why they get the beautiful vista moodlet when they're in their house. They chose a good house to be in. Sam's got the backward lean of the pregnant Sim. Oh, Sam just expanded a bit. That happens a few times during the pregnancy. Don't always catch it. Nearly didn't get that one. You can go and do a bit of gardening while he's waiting for baby to arrive. There's plenty of harvestables growing in their garden now. I don't think I want to plant any more. As long as I got pomegranates growing. They don't have any garden back in Isla Paradiso now. I got rid of it. Actually, they do have a little bit in their house. There's about, 4 or 5 large soil rugs in their basement. They've got 2 basements with a few soil rugs on them. I've got rid of most of their garden there. I think there's even some on the bottom basement where their wishing well was. Right, there's not many plants in there in Isla Paradiso. Sam's having a fun pregnancy. He just spends his time in front of the sprinklers playing. This baby is certainly going to enjoy the outdoors, I think. Sam displaying the backward lean again. Little waddle for the pregnant Sim. He's got to get even fatter than that, though. Not ready to deliver the baby just yet. We will see it happen. We'll make sure of that. All he was doing was walking around to where there was a dry footpath so he could play in the sprinkler and make it wet. So then somebody's got to come and mop it up. It seems to me that Sam has totally enjoyed this pregnancy. He'll be so sad when it's over. He'll have to get back to work. He got his lifetime wish way back in playlist 1 when they were doing Isla Paradiso. They hadn't started their adventuring, so he doesn't have to work towards anything. He's just going to enjoy whatever comes from here on in. Looking very serious. Oh, here's the baby. Only Sam and the aliens know what happened on that UFO, but whatever it was left Sam pregnant. Would you like to raise the alien baby or return it to grow up in its home world? We'll keep the baby and we'll call him Steve. And it's going to be brave and athletic. I think we might have to try to organise an loves the outdoors trait. He becomes a child, I think. One more alien baby in the world, little Steve. And look at his body. It changed shape instantly. And now he's a skinny little Sam again. But he is a seaside saviour. That's the lifetime wish that he has. And he achieved that in Isla Paradiso before we started doing the world adventures. So we'll be able to pack up and go home now. Back to Isla Paradiso. The baby's been born. So that's a final look at the vista, the beautiful vista from their house, sailboats on the water. Now everybody is travelling home to Isla Paradiso together. I've never seen this opportunity before. Flightless birds for Haley. The General claims the entire purpose of having aeroplanes is so they can be flown. Whether the General is correct or not is neither here nor there. What does matter is that they are fixed. You're known to be handy with a wrench, and the General requested you stay late to fix the planes. Revitalising the air wing will earn you a job performance boost. The prize I was confronted with, Diana was starting a performance at the Carnival on the Water lot. This is a roller coaster lot that I built a few years ago. It's in my studio. If you want to download it, it's called Carnival on the Water, and it has a showtime stage. And here's Diana beginning her performance. She is a magician, and she's working her way rapidly to the top of the magician career. She doesn't seem to have much of an audience just yet. This performance goes on for a bit. I've cut lots out of it. I don't think there's any lag left in it at all. And actually there wasn't too much to cut out compared to what I've had to do previously with her performances. But she doesn't have any audience at this point. However, they do show up towards the end. I know that a lot of you enjoy watching her performances, so I will allow her to continue. There's lots of different coloured lights and all sorts of little magic tricks. She's getting close to level 10 in this career, and she's got several objects in her inventory that go with the magician career, but I didn't get a chance to put them out for her for this performance. And I've noticed whenever she does use them, they get duplicated in her inventory, and she's getting an inventory full of multiples, and I can't get them out of her inventory. I'll have to attack her with a mod, I think, at some point and see if I can get rid of all the extra cages and things she's got in her inventory. Because there's 2 items that they should have in the inventory. I think she's got them each about 3 times. I took them out and left them in the house so she wouldn't be carrying them around with her all the time. And the game informed me that she shouldn't leave her stuff lying around, and it's been put back into her inventory. So I can't just take it out. Let me know in the comments if you think this performance has been allowed to go on for too long, or if you'd like to see it being longer, because it could have been longer. I have cut stuff out of it, but all the feedback I've had previously on her performances is how much people enjoy watching them. And it's been a long time since she's had a performance. When I take her travelling with the rest of them, I tend to let her go to the market and perform for tips, and that seems to get her career up fairly quickly. That's not quite the same as having a stage set up, performing in a building. I hope you've been enjoying her performance. When she starts conjuring things, they all go into her inventory, I've discovered. So if you've got a magician, you may need to check their inventory ever so often once they start performing, because they fill up with all sorts of things. Whatever she has that she pulls out of thin air, like that thing, it's a toy I think, it just goes into her inventory. This show seems to have been going quite well. It's a shame she hasn't got an audience, but I think that's about to be fixed. It looks like she's got some bloke coming in to watch, and she's so happy, all these pink hearts she threw up. There we go. Just at the end of the show she gets her audience. Next thing we're going to go to the house and see the toddlers and the children. There she is, taking her final bows. He's happy, he watched enough show. She got paid too. And she's got 2 audience members, there's another bloke right at the back. So that's Diana's show over. I hope that she's made some more progress towards her lifetime wish, which is to be a master magician. And you just saw a brief picture of the venue. And now here we are back at the house. There's Craig sitting in his chair watching something. Little Terry the mermaid, he's the clone of Triton King. He's reading one of his toddler books. Sam's there in his jammies. There's Hayley in her military uniform. She wants to be an astronaut, so she's got a way to go yet. While they keep adventuring, it's very slow for her to make progress in the military career. I think we'll have to have a few more episodes after they finish their adventures to allow Hayley to become an astronaut. Looks like Josephine and Meryl are having a little bit of a standoff there too. One's hot-headed and the other one is evil. Meryl should be careful because Josephine can do things because Josephine's a genie and Meryl is just a human. That is little Jerry walking across there and going through that door. We're all going to go to China now. There'll be 6 young adults and the 2 little girls. And here we are, we're now in China, ready for the China adventures. They've got a nice roomy house here too, with a beautiful vista moodlet. Lots of stuff that stays there while they are in other worlds. And I've added little toy ovens for the girls so they can work on their child skills while they're here. Judy's going to do the first Emperor's tomb and get the part of the tomb collection from it, and Craig will work through the dragon cave. There's still a bit for him to do before he can get into it. There's no time to do all of that in this video, so if you've enjoyed it, please give it a like, and if you'd like to be notified of my future videos, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and click the bell button to get notifications, and also make sure that your YouTube is set up so that you can receive notifications. That's it for now. Bye for now. Thank you. Happy simming.